Hi there. Our topic today is 2D arrays. A 2D array is a data structure consisting of rows and columns. So this is a 2D array where we have rows here and columns here. So this is a 4 into 4 2D array where we have 4 rows and 4 columns. This is a 2 by 5 2D array, which means it contains 2 rows and it contains 5 columns. And the indexing is very much like a linear or a 1D array. Now let us create a NumPy 2D array. So let's say this is a diagram. So let's first draw a diagram of a 2D array containing some numbers. Let's keep it small. So we can view this diagram as a list of lists where these pair of numbers belong to a single list individually, and all these 3 lists are inside a single list. A list of lists is not usually used as a 2D array. Okay, this is a list of lists, and it is not usually used as a 2D array because the inner lists are of dynamic length. And when we say arrays, we mean fixed length. A 2D, fixed length means a 2D array cannot have different number of columns. Therefore, a list of lists is not used as a 2D array, but we use a list of lists to create a NumPy 2D array. And let's see how to do that. We first have to import NumPy. Then we use numpy.array function. Inside this method, we send the list of lists as the argument. Now, if we print type A, the output we are going to get is class numpy.ndArray. So ndArray means n-dimensional array, and it's a NumPy type. So a few more things about 2D arrays. To get the number of rows and columns, we can use the shape property. That is, if we write a.shape, this property will return the number of rows and columns as a tuple. So if I do this, R will contain the number of rows and C will contain the number of columns. Now let us see how to run a loop over a two-dimensional array. So this is a two-dimensional array. In order to traverse through every cell, we need a nested loop. And why do we need a nested loop? Because for every row, we need to traverse every column. So for traversing the rows, we need a pointer, and for every row, we need another pointer to access every column. So what we can write is for I in range rows, and for every row I, we have C number of columns, that is for J in range columns. By the way, these are not something built in, these are variables containing the number of rows and columns, something you can get using the shape property. Okay, so we can print the name of the matrix or name of the 2D array, and in square brackets, I put I and J. Okay, so I points to the number of row and J points to the number of column. So let's say if we want to access this particular cell, we can write a 2 comma 3. So 2 is the number of row and 3 is the number of column.